Hi, I'm Glenn Simpson, and I've collected comics for over 40 years, and I'm showing off my collection one box at a time. Today, we're going through box number 36. It is all Captain America all the time. We're going to go through the first series, second series, third series, fourth series, fifth series, and that'll just get us about halfway there, really. So, I hope you'll enjoy it. If you're a Captain America fan, this is the video for you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how it's going. Let me know if there's anything inside of a pack that you'd like for me to do a special video on. I'll be happy to do it. But let's raise our flag and get going. All right, we pick up where we left off on the previous video. And so we're at issue 350. We got the Captain versus Captain America. The Red Skull coming along behind him. Right there, supersized, 350th issue. And by 353, we've got Steve Rogers back as Captain America. And he is going up against the Supreme Soviets, various Soviet superheroes that magically seem to reflect the Avengers, because that's nothing like the Vision, that's nothing like Iron Man, that's nothing like Scarlet Witch, that's nothing like Captain America, that's nothing like Thor. So if you ever wanted to imagine what it was like if Cap just went up against the rest of his team, there you go. And we've got Big Boy Book, 354, we learn that John Walker is going to be the new, he's now USAgent. His name has been changed to Jack Daniels. Yes, he was Johnny Walker, and now he's Jack Daniels. And he is the USAgent, and he's kind of a nut. He's the Guy Gardner of Marvel, as it were. Let's see, we've got this classic storyline of Circe, who is in the Avengers with Cap, turning him into a kid so that he can infiltrate some organization that seems to be taking kids and doing nefarious things with them. And Battlestar is hanging out with the Falcon. Meanwhile, 355. Over here in 360, we are well into this Bloodstones hunt, so the Bloodstone, the character with the magical stone in his chest, has died, and everybody's looking for it. The stone, including Batroc, Zeran, and Machete, and they are in combat with Cap. Got Diamondback in love with Cap, hanging out with him. She's his girlfriend. Got this one, 381, which is a Big Boy book. I don't remember why, but it is it's an expensive book. Got art by Kieron Dwyer. Kind of a funny look for Diamondback there. 361. The completion of the Bloodstone hunt. This was also like twice a month at the time, as I recall. I bet that was the first Crossbones, maybe, in the previous one. So, this is issue 362. Baron Zemo is Ascendant, as it says. Got 367, Acts of Vengeance. Acts of Vengeance, of course, being when the villains teamed up and said, hey, why don't we send different villains again, so that they're not all fighting the same old heroes they normally fight, and change it up and confuse the heroes. And that ruling class of that group was Magneto, who was a Jew, and Red Skull, who was a Nazi. And everybody was saying, well, hey, wait, how does that work? And here we find out, yeah, no, Magneto was like, yeah, now that we've accomplished our goal, to some degree. I'm gonna kill you, Mr. Nazi Man. So that was a good one. 367 and 368. Got Cap going up against Magneto. I feel like that his main weapon is going to have a problem there, but that's okay. I'm sure Cap will figure it out. 372. Ron Lim coming on, doing art. Well, he probably has for a few issues now. Streets of Poison. Cap is going up against the war on drugs. It's not World War II anymore. It's the World War on drugs. Oh man, this one goes on for a while. 373. Black Widow in this suit that you were never see anymore. Bullseye. Diamondback. It's everybody in helping out in the fight drugs right there. 376. More of the war on drugs. Streets of Poison, war on drugs. Kingpin, Crossbones, Bullseye, Daredevil. It's an all-star crossover here. 376. But wait, there's more. 377. Bullseye versus Crossbones for what is apparently the dead body of Captain America. Right there. Then that all finally resolved itself. We got 382. Cap and Diamondback going up against her old cronies in the Serpent Society. Right there. We got this sweet cover here by Ron Lim and inks by Jim Lee, and it is Cap's 50th anniversary issue here in 383, because in comics you look for even numbered issues and somebody's keeping track of how many years it's been. So you have some celebration in that issue of that. 386 got John Walker coming back, USAgent, to help Cap fight the Watchdogs. The Watchdogs killed USAgent's parents, so it's going to be a knockdown, drag out. 386. Oh boy, the Superior Stratagem. So, you start this fight off with a female Modok. Called Modam, and Superior is a female villain who's pulling the strings. Hopefully all the best parts of that are going to be, yes, okay, yeah, in 392 it's all over. Somewhere in the middle there you had, I believe it was Cap and Hawkeye being turned into females, so because Superior's army is all females, and once Captain America and Hawkeye are female, then they'll have no reason to try to stop Superior's plans. Something along those lines. So, there you go. See, 392. I will make that video of each issue if you really want me to. Just comment. 393, Cap going up against Captain Germany, whom we'd never seen before. Everybody needs a captain, right? And Captain America 393. 396, Cap goes up against Jack O'Lantern and Blackwing. Blackwing commands bats. There you go. So a couple of scurry dudes there, a couple of Halloween oriented villains there. Got 397, continuing that fight, and in the background, remember the Scourge from our last video, Scourge of the Underworld. He's still boom smack killing villains, and Cap's gonna track him down and figure out who it is. And then we have 400. So we have one of the better crossovers that Marvel has done, Operation Galactic Storm. The involves the Char and the Kree and some various things in space. And Cap is along with them in, somewhat inconveniently, Cap is in space with the Avengers when his 400th issue rolls around, but they find an excuse to tell a story wherein he is hallucinating and he is seeing all of his past foes, and it's a way of having kind of a celebration of Captain America's history there in issue 400 during this crossover. And Cap gets home and he is upset because in the Galactic Storm, they vote and they wind up killing the supreme intelligence of the Kree, and which is seen as by some as an act of war and some as murder. And Cap is not sure how he feels about all this, and so he has to sit at his desk and reflect on the whole thing for a bit in issue 401. But he feels better by issue 404. He and Wolverine are going up against some guy named Moonhunter, and it involves wolves, so you know where we're headed. That's right, it's Capwolf, baby. Man and Wolf Part 4. Captain America transformed into a werewolf guy, but he's still Cap, and he is a wolf, and he's Captain America, so good stuff, but he gets better. 411, we got Cap disguising himself as Crossbones to go into some sort of fighting arena. Rick Levins doing some art there. Got Mad Dog, if I remember correctly. There, right there, in issue 411. Let's see. 412. Got this big fight going on, including Shang-Chi. The Falcon's in there, and that, I don't like that suit. Got the Rhino, got the Spy Master, got Dot Guy, I don't remember his name. Wrecker. It's a really, truly battle royale. Right there, 412. Oh, it looks even better in focus. Alright, look at it real quick. Okay, thank you. And then 416, Cap has visited the Savage Land and is punching out innocent dinosaurs right there. I think they're not so innocent. I think they're up to something. Or Cap wouldn't be punching them, because he punches Nazis. 417, Cap and the Falcon going up against Terminus, a villain who has otherwise needed to fight the entire Avengers to stop. But hey, Captain America and Falcon can handle it on their own. Got 421, Cap going up against the new, it's still Jack Monroe, but now he's gritty, he's street, he's the new Nomad, and he is about to kill the Slug. Hey, for those of you who watched the Ironheart TV show, remember one of them's code name was Slug? I think that's what they were referencing. Just telling you, just saying. 421. Got 422. Cap going up against. Somebody said, "Hey, people like Deadpool. Deadpool's like crazy and stuff. Let's make another crazy villain." So they came up with Blistic, and who sounds to me a little bit too much like Chapstick, but Ballistic did not take off. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be ballistic. That's only you only hear that when you say it out loud. Anyway, that's 422. 426. We're getting into fighting chants. So the super soldier serum is beginning to wear out. and Cap is losing his peak human physiognomy, and might even be dying. And more, I think the more he active he is, the more closer to death he comes, and that is started and is continuing in 426. 427, some more of that. We got his ex-girlfriend Diamond back. We got Quicksilver showing up. We got this guy whose name escapes me, who is a patriotic guy. So, and Captain America 427. And there's somebody's been impersonating Cap. And Dave Hoover on art. 432. Cap's needing, since he's starting to lose his powers, he's starting to need some pouches containing stuff. He's becoming a little, hey, Batman's got his utility belt. I mean, there's no shame, right? So he just needs a few little odds and ends, a few smoke bombs and things to get him through here. And that's starting in Captain America 432. Cap 433. Oh shoot, what is it? Freedom, something free this, free that. Born free. That is this chick's name. She's another inspired by Cap kind of heroine that gets created here to help him out, fighting this giant blobby thing in 433. And then fighting chance ends right here with 436, with apparently the death of Captain America. After all that, just a snake bit him, and that was all it took. He's dead. No more Captain America. No more Captain America. It was really sad the way they ended all of the Captain America series at that. Well, wait, they didn't. 437. He's dead. He's just dying, and he's thinking. He's reliving his life. He's thinking about things, and what's he gonna do? Well, he's gonna get that armor from somewhere in here, and then he's gonna get better, and then he's going to the series is going to end, and then the series is there's a lot in this pack, man. That's I just realized that's crazy. So the he wears armor, he dies, we have Onslaught. He goes to the Onslaught world. We have the Captain America Volume 2, which we'll look at in a minute. And then he comes back, and then he disappears again. So there you go. It's just now we're into Wade and Garney, Captain America right there. Oh, he hadn't disappeared yet. It was just, he just died and he came back, and then Wade and Garney came on. That's what it was. Steve Rogers, Captain America, right there. Issue 445. But not quite as much happened there in that pack that I was remembering. And issue number 448. Wade and Garney, right there. Oops, sorry. And 449, right there. Just the first sign crossover. It was, I think, Thor and Captain America and Iron Man were all involved in this story together, wherein they were all about to go through so many changes. And 454, he's back. We have him going into Onslaught, and everybody thinks he's dead. And so that is the final issue of the first series, 454. All right, Then we got some annuals. And King Size Annual number 5. Frank Miller, I believe. Cover right there. With a weird angle on the throwing of the shield. But anyway. And it's issue 5. Got issue 7. Captain America going up against the Cosmic Cube. There. Got the big boy book. We got Captain America 8 with Wolverine and Captain America going up against each other, and Cap telling Wolverine that he will never be an Avenger. Yeah, right. Got issue 9, part of the Terminus Factor series of annuals where the Terminus, the giant bad guy, a bunch of different heroes and villains have to deal with him, while here Captain America and Iron Man are not getting along for the day. And issue 13 looks like a kind of a flashback story of Cap and Bucky going up against the Red Skull. And that thus ends volume 1. So Marvel says, well, the sales on Cap are not very good, so let's give Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee and those people a shot at revitalizing these series along with Avengers and some other stuff. So this is Rob Liefeld jumping on Captain America. He's got that bird thing on his head. And that's issue 1 of that. I think this might be a variant, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But that's issue 1. By issue 8, Liefeld is gone. A lot of the different changes that they'd made were gone. James Robinson is writing. We got Rikki Barnes instead of Bucky Barnes as his sidekick there in issue 8. And we've got issue 9 with Cap going up against a version of Hydra, Serpent Society, something like that. There we go. Right there. And the whole thing ends with issue 13, which they can't even reprint because the Marvel heroes are teaming up with the Wildstorm heroes and characters, and DC now owns the Wildstorm characters. So there you go. So if you want to read that, you got to find the original issue. And so that didn't work out. So they went back to the normal thing, and I would imagine begged Wade and Garney and said, hey, we're sorry, can you please go back to doing what you were doing? Because that actually did seem to be working. And so they came back, and thus we have volume 3, collector's item, first issue, right there. And we got issue 4 of that right there. Cap loses his regular shield. It sinks to the bottom of a large body of water, so he has to go back to using just the old triangle shield, which does not bounce as well, if at all. Got issue 5. Got Cap going up against Hydra. And oh, by the way, I brought Thor. So, pee your pants now, Hydra. So that's issue 5. Issue 8. Right there. Iron Man or Cap going up against whoever that is. Right there. Gonna poke him with that the pointy bit on the bottom of that shield. So it may not be as durable, but it has a pokey bit. But since that pokey bit or since that shield isn't that great, somebody, Tony Stark or somebody, gives Cap this cool new shield that is a little force field kind of thing that he can turn on and turn off right there, and he'll tote this around for a while. Issue 9, issue 12, Cap has a nightmare or whatever, a vision of the future. He's got to stop nuclear destruction. We got issue 13, Cap doing his thing with his new shield right there. Got issue 20. I think he's gotten all the bits and pieces back of his shield, or is it, maybe that's just metaphorical, I don't remember. But hey, Sharon Carter's back. She wasn't dead. I told you she wasn't dead. You didn't believe me, but she's back. Right there. How will they repair their fractured relationship? We've got 21. Cap with Giant Man and Wasp, or Goliath and Wasp, whatever he's calling himself this week, and dealing with a crashing Quinjet, Avengers Quinjet, in Captain America 21. I take a big old leap to issue 28. Cap fighting flying lizard things. I think he's in the Savage Land, hanging out with Kazar, as you do. Every once in a while, everybody needs a little trip to the Savage Land every once in a while. And can't get this out of there we go. Issue 29. Scurry, voodoo-y thing, monster thing, demon thing, zapping. Cap, oh by the way, Dan Jurgens is writing. How long's he been writing? Looking back, nah, he hadn't started. He's doing this Kazar storyline at least. Dan Jurgens, not a bad writer for an artist, as it were. 29. And he has continued into 36. Captain America fighting various things. He's doing covers. Especially you get Jurgens covers when you let Jurgens write. So there you go. And Maximum Security, the universe decides to make Earth the prison for the intergalactic criminals. Alright, got 37. We had this storyline of, I think it started in one of the annuals of, turns out Cap, or Steve Rogers, wasn't the first guy to get, he wasn't the first guy to get the super soldier serum. And all of you are saying, yeah, what about Josiah, what's his name? Well, yeah, that hadn't been written yet. So this was the idea that, okay, we're going to give the serum to the biggest, baddest existing soldier and see what happens. And through some combination of him not having the right kind of mindset and maybe not getting the Vita rays and things like that, this guy turns out to be a bit of a nut. And Cap has to deal with him as he returns from wherever he was. So 37. Number 44, we got the return. We don't have the return, we don't have anybody, but we got Cap having revealed his secret identity to his latest love interest, Connie something or other. Will she still love him? So just a little funny homage to the old romance covers there. 45. Got some legacy numbering showing up. We got Jurgens and Bob Layton doing art on this America Lost arc right here with Nick Fury. And issue 50 of this volume is the last, which is Also, 518 is the last issue of this volume, and it is a enough said issue where there's no dialogue. You just figure it all out from the pictures. Then we've got some annuals that had come out during that time. Got the Captain America and Citizen V annual, which of course Citizen V was the former Baron Zemo, right there. And they've got to deal with their issues. And that's the 1998 annual. And then the 2001 annual, which I don't remember what's going on. Red Skull, maybe. Just kind of cool painted cover of Cap. So that is volume 3. I'm going to try to keep up with this. Volume 4 begins. John Cassaday, rest in peace. Artwork on this one. Marvel Knights starts here with issue 1. Continues through issue 8. Right here. The Extremist Part 2. Right there. Some Chuck Austin writing on this. Chuck Austin, not the most popular writer. Kind of controversial. Number 9. Some more John Cassaday covers. So for the John Cassaday covers, you know, if you like him, this was a good place to get some covers. The Extremist Part 3. Right there. 16. Got kind of a with Chuck Austin writing, Jay Lee, something to do with while Cap was frozen. Something about Submariner freeing him, I forget, but it had something to do with that point when Submariner is freeing Cap from being on ice. Right there. Issue 17. Cap Lives, Gene Ha. Cover art there. Dave Gibbons writing. Dave Gibbons, British guy, writing Captain America. Interesting. And more still a part of Marvel Knights. And we go to issue 24. Johnson, Marvel Knights, Howler, Nick Fury, Hydra, all kinds of good stuff going on. Marvel 24. Out 25. Oops. Kind of straighten that just a smidge. There we go. Captain America 25. Right there. And this series ends at 32. We're into the disassembled era, which is when the Avengers series is ending. And it's all going to become New Avengers and whatnot. So some of the other series would go through a disassembled storyline as well, kind of tying it in. So, but that's issue 32. There were no annuals for that series, so that was so we said that was volume 4. So what is this, volume 5? This we're getting into Ed Brubaker and Steve Epting, Captain America. So good stuff here. Big boy book right here. First Ed Brubaker, Captain America. Got a couple of issues. Issue 2 right there. And we got issue 5 right there. This out of time. Throwback to the Invaders. World War II supergroup. Got big boy book Issue 6. First, Bucky Barnes returns as the Winter Soldier. Right there in issue 6. For you Winter Soldier fans, this is the one you want. And then that storyline continues into issue 7. Jack Monroe, the Nomad, is missing, and we find out the Winter Soldier kind of took him out to get rid of him. Seeing him, I guess, as I can't remember exactly why. I don't remember if it was, hey, you were Bucky, but I was Bucky. I think it was something more elaborate than that, but that's issue 7. Issue 10 was kind of we stopped telling the normal stories and take a minute for the House of M. So the Scarlet Witch has changed the whole world where mutants are in control, and if mutants are in control, then there was never a World War II, and Steve Rogers is just an old guy. And there you go. So that only lasts like one issue. So we're back to normal and get back to the normal story, which includes the Winter Soldier right there. I guess that's first cover appearance, maybe not. Right there, issue 11. Continues into issue 13, getting Falcon and Iron Man involved. Ooh, Iron Man, Winter Soldier. It's a little bit more like the movie than I remembered. Issue 14, presumably that big confrontation between Cap and the Winter Soldier. Bucky, it's me. I don't know who that is. Blah, blah, blah. Right there. Thinking back. That's Captain America 14. Got Captain America 15. Right there. Don't remember what's going on there. Got Captain America 20. Got Union Jack and Spitfire and Crossbones and is that Doom? Can't be Doom. Maybe it's supposed to be Red Skull. So a bit of a throwback to World War II right there with some of his World War II buddies. And we go to 21, continuing that storyline. Winter Soldier still around. Hey, it's a flashback to in reverse to when Bucky fell off the plane and Cap was frozen. So just a little visual there. 25. Hey, now here's a variant. I don't know how I ended up with this variant, but just a cool Cap cover there. Ed McGinnis, is that right? Am I remembering that right? Right there. Of course, now I have no idea what was going on in that book. 26. We're in the initiative span where the idea is to get all the superheroes registered and coordinated and things like that. Sharon Carter, Winter Soldier, who's got his brains back, I think. Arnim Zola, Red Skull, Dr. Faustus, all the mental guys, Falcon, cool stuff. 32, Iron Man, Black Widow, Falcon. Don't remember what they're doing there, but hey, they're all hanging out. Let's see. 33. Ooh. Hey, maybe Winter Soldier did kill Tony Stark's parents in the original comics. I had forgotten that if that was the case, but I mean, they're fighting stuff, so maybe that was it. 36. We've got blah 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 blah. Bucky taking over as Captain America, as Cap has been thought to be dead. So, how do you know it's Bucky? Because he's got a gun. There we go, right there. It was in Civil War, I believe, that Cap was killed. 37, right there. Some more Bucky as Cap, fighting some dudes. 44, more Cap, Bucky as Cap, remembering his days as Winter Soldier while also fighting Beetle de l'Hyper. And issue 44. And issue 45. Some more then and now stuff going on with Bucky as Cap. There. Lots of covers with Bucky just standing in the middle. 50. Again, thinking back on his Bucky days. Lots of Buckies. Bucky. Say Bucky again. 600. Cap's probably back. And we've got, or maybe not. Maybe he's just Bucky. Bucky's reflecting on his life. I'm sure there's more action going on in these books than just Bucky reflecting on things. It's just they didn't really show it in the covers. But Captain America 600. I'll quit trying to guess at what happens inside. 604. Got Falcon returning. Now we've got Rikki Barnes from that other universe in the main universe, and now she's Nomad. 604. 605. Hey, Cap's back. Right there. And 605. Got the Heroic Age in 608. Baron Zemo hanging out. He's got a sword. 608. Some more Heroic Age. I think that's still Bucky. I still think it's still Bucky. Bucky's also shiny. That's the other way you know it's Bucky, is he's shiny. So 609 of the Heroic Age. Reflecting back on. So I think they did the covers. They did the covers without, knowing what was going on in the story. I think so. I never really noticed that till just now. But every cover is Bucky Cap reflecting back on some part of his life. So 609 and 615. Metaphorically, Bucky Cap versus Bucky Winter Soldier. There. 615.1. Marvel did all these .1 issues that were just little interludes and things. Right there, so reflect back on Steve as Cap during World War II, looks like. And we've got 616 right there, another beauty shot of World War II era Cap, I believe, for the 70th anniversary issue. Right there, 616. And this box ends with 619. We've got Steve Rogers revitalized, but not ready to take the shield back yet. So right there in 619, and that is all of that box. And so that's box number 36. Next time we'll do box 37. We will continue with some Captain America. We'll get caught up on the main series and get into some one-shots and miniseries and things like that. So the patriotic surge continues. So thanks very much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day.